Greetings from California.
And greetings from New York.
I don't think there are 1,000 bottles of baby oil in the city of San Francisco. In the Bay Area, yes, but in the city proper, no.
Yeah, because I was like, wait a minute, you're in Castro. I mean, that's one circuit party in the Castro.
I will say, even if you go to the adult stores in Castro and there are does your mother know? There's four. There's four in the gay district, and it's a gay district, so you're gonna have that there. I would say maybe there's 1,000 bottles of lube. I don't even know if there's 1,000. I would say each store might have 100, to be dead honest.
But I want to know.
You don't go through it like that. Like, that is a lifetime supply.
Well,
like you had to be doing like oil wrestling or something. Like, you had to be bathing in it.
True. So my question is, like, I feel like there's this who's using baby oil as lube? Like, what? I think that's like a mistake or something like that. Like, people are assuming that, like, no one's using that for lube. They're using it to put on the body to make it shiny so they can record for their pleasure.
Okay.
That's why they're doing it. I don't think anyone's using like baby oil as lube.
So it was just for the aesthetic.
I think it was for the aesthetic, because they said 1,000 bottles of baby oil and lube.
So it's probably 500 of each. I mean, kudos to their shipping people. Like, that's a lot of logistics to take care of.
I want to know, like, is it a shelf? Is it like a special, like, closet? You know, because everybody got their freaky closet. I'm sure Candy has one. Like a dungeon.
A dungeon.
Right. Just, oh, man. What a way to start off the episode. How are y'all doing? Happy Saturday. That was just like a cold run.
Yeah, happy Saturday. It has been quite a week. I mean, I haven't stopped we haven't had this much content in years, and this will give us content for years. It's going to be from now on, you know, BD and PD post Diddy.
Yeah, like when we were coming up with the title, it's just like, it's going to be a saga, because we still don't know who else is involved, who else is going to be charged. And also, they said the charges are pending. Like, there's more charges probably coming. So who knows?
There are more people that are going to cooperate and more people that are going to be fingered. No pun intended.
Oh, man. So maybe we should wait a little bit before we get into the story, or should we just jump right into it?
Well, you know, we're here. We're already here. We're already here. So, let's get it out of the way.
Yeah.
How do you feel about all of this?
This started at the beginning of the week, and yeah, I mean, it's for the content creators who break the news and talk about pop culture. This is a muffin basket, because this is just like days and days worth of content. We're going to get new information daily coming out, new clips dropped, like new victims coming forward. It's going to be endless. I'm not surprised. The only thing I'm surprised about is him being denied bail, not once, but twice. I thought he was going to get the bail, but apparently the charges are that serious, and they have proof. Like, the assistant U.S. attorney, like, they have proof of the freak offs. They have the videos. They have it in their possession. It's not allegedly. We don't need allegedly when talking about this anymore. And then, what else? Oh, the victim. Well, what do you call it? Witness tampering?
Yes, and
Yeah.
coercion.
Yeah, a continuation from our story last week about when Dawn came forward and Kalina, it doesn't matter. But she came and said, oh, well, that wasn't my experience. And then we find out she was called at least 50 times.
54 times. My phone don't ring 54 times in a year.
Right. I'm trying to think. Wait a minute. I probably only get that's a week worth of phone calls for me.
That's a lot of calls in a week.
Well, if we take out those spam calls, because I get at least one of those a day, one or two of those a day.
Oh,
but yeah, I would say when you take out the spam calls, then yeah, that's probably 2 weeks worth of phone calls.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, I wonder how many texts she got. Good Lord.
The slip is showing for Diddy. I mean, more than the slip is shown at this point. Like, they got his ass. Like, we got you. I don't think he's getting out. I do not think he's
for the rest of his life. That was the abrupt ending, and that's why they arrested him early, because they were like, he might try to slip, he might try to flee. When you're preparing a $50 million bail package, that's not good.
Oh, we got a Cash App. Thank you, Steph, for the Cash App.
Yes, thank you very much.
Says supporting Black women. You know what? We always try to. We'll get to shits and giggles in a minute. Right. Like, we're not shits and giggles. For real. But yeah, so it started out in the beginning of the week as an arrest. So many notifications I got about that. I was thinking, because it happened, I want to say, during the evening time.
It happened in the evening. I had just finished a video.
I'm eating, by the way. I'm sorry.
That's fine. I had just finished a video and I was going to do a Hot Topics, and I was like, let me see. And I saw that and I was just like, cha-ching! I called you immediately and I was like, should we do a Pop Roast Extra? Because this is big. And you were like, you know what? I'm tired from work. I'm going to get to it tomorrow. And let me, I'll get to it when the indictment comes out. And I was like, okay, well, I'm getting this cash now. Call me J.G. Wentworth.
Yes, that was my thinking. Like, I was like, the indictment hasn't been released yet. So let me just get on when they release the indictment. And oh boy, 3 charges. Y'all already know what it is. We don't need to compromise our YouTube.
Thank you.
Yeah. Look it up.
3 RICO charges. And those are tough. The feds have a 97.5% conviction rate. And they said, like you said, more charges are pending. Yeah. And then when the DA said at the end of the charges, and if you know anything about these crimes, contact us quickly. Call 1-800-YOU-SQUEAL. He said quickly. And the way he said quickly, he meant business. Not business, business.
So then when we found out this information, now it's like, okay, well, are they going to hold Diddy until the trial or not? So first judge denied it. And they had a proposal as well. Like, because I was thinking, when I was looking at the proposal, I was like, they might let him out, until trial. Like, putting up $50 million in bond, taking all his children's passport, guaranteed that he wouldn't be visited by any women.
Women ain't the issue, I don't think.
Right. But yeah, I think the judges both made like a great decision, because when he's in there, that means you can't tamper with the case. Like Diddy's reach, like no one should underestimate that.
I mean, he was offering to pay people's rent. He's calling people 54 times a day. He would absolutely be doing nothing but bothering people if he was out. So at least now nobody has to hear from him direct. But I'm sure, you know, he's probably got other little flunkies getting messages to and fro.
Yeah. So now it's just like, what else will be revealed? And it's been a ripple effect towards, you know, just what everyone thinks about it. And it's, you know, it's going to be divided because, you know, straight men, especially straight black men, are always going to cape for each other. Like Boosie has something to say. What's that big guy that looked like he was socked in the face? Donald something. He was big perm. You know what I'm talking about. Y'all know what I'm talking about in the chat. Donald something. But he was just like, oh, Faison Love.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
You were thinking of Donald Faison. That's what it was.
That's what happened.
You were thinking of Donald, because I was thinking of Faison Love, but you said Donald, and I was like, okay, maybe it's not Donald. So I had the same thing. Okay.
Okay, sorry, y'all. Faison Love, thank you in the chat.
And trust me, as you get closer to 40, it will happen more and more until you are Cheryl Lee Ralph's character from Abbott Elementary.
And it was Big Worm. Thank you, co-host. But he had a perm, and it's been a while since I saw Friday. Anyway, when I saw Boosie's what he wrote, because of course it was just something stupid, I was like, can someone just hide his insulin? Please? And they're trying to make it seem like, oh, everyone, like, he's just being a freak. What rapper isn't? Like, who doesn't fly people out? If people would just read the indictment. The main factor here is, say it with me, y'all, consent. Consent. And then there was coercion. There was blackmail. There was fraud involved. Kidnapping. When someone feels like they can't leave. What happened?
They can't leave.
Right. When they feel like they can't leave, like with penalty of bodily harm or what's the word I'm looking for? Begins with an R.
Retribution.
Retribution. Like that means it's kidnapping. And I'm just like, there's no way people can be that obtuse.
But they can.
It saddens me.
And also, this really shows how Diddy used the pervasiveness of homophobia in hip hop to blackmail. And if people had gotten the fuck over it, if people were like, who cares who's gay, you wouldn't have had that kind of power. But because y'all wanted to perpetuate that kind of homophobia, you perpetuated your own prison. Yeah.
I don't feel sorry for him at all. I mean, there's the people, like, there's just so many different types of people, like, that have an opinion about it. Oh, what you want to say?
Ray J. He said, this isn't a time for us to tear anyone down. No, it is time to put your hook into some flesh and tear down. Tear down.
You knew I was ready to talk about it. We see each other.
It's time for unity in the community. I'm sorry, I think y'all was pretty united in this enterprise.
Yes, the industry is still trying to digest news surrounding Diddy. We just need to use it as a moment to reflect, not criticize. Like, this is the problem. Why are we protecting predators? Like, Black women don't get this much protection. And you know, we're not even on the radar. They don't even consider us men. We don't even count. So it's crazy, like, how just these toxic men stick together. And it's only because they want the same power as these white men, these white predators.
And they are doing the quote unquote gay shit that they accuse us of. Baby, we ain't drugging you. One, we don't want your unwashed ass. Let's start there. Let's start there, because I'm sorry, y'all was fleeting before you was going to these freak offs. Before you was tooting for Tussie, you was fleeting before you was going to these freak offs. Because I'm sorry, them asses had to be clean.
Tooting for Tussie.
They was tooting for Tussie. Meek was out. Cheeks Mills was out here tooting for Tussie. Allegedly.
Wait, we still got Meek Cheeks Mill. Oh my God, that is his
was
name.
Out here tooting for Tussie. These rappers were tooting for Tussie. And I'm sorry. Now, the first time, I'm going to give you a pass when they snatched your ass. But the second time, honey, you showed up douched and dangerous.
Oh, man. Tooting for Tussie.
They were tooting for Tussie. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. No straight man is in a freak off with the way they smell.
Beeping for Bussy in the chat. Oh,
Fleet
man.
Mill.
Look, I'm still here for Meek Cheeks Mill. Oh my God.
And tooting for Tussie.
What were we talking about? Oh my God, yeah. So the people are just like defending Diddy. And then there's the people who are silent. And you know what? I get it. I mean, it's like, say if y'all had a friend, like we don't even have to use us as an example. If y'all had a friend and stuff about them came out like this, what would you do? I would love to hear some things in the chat. Like, would you come out and, you know, definitely like, I don't condone this or whatever, or would you just stay silent? You know, what would you do? It's hard.
It depends on, like, did I have any inkling?
Well, that's
maybe
another
if
thing.
I had an inkling you was doing some stuff like that, I would not be friends with you. So
right.
There's that. I'm not going to be friends with that type of person.
Yeah.
I don't hang out with abusers. So I would have no idea. So I would say, I don't condone this, but I would also say, that ain't who I know, but people will surprise you. Like, a lot of people have had friends that are murderers, and they're like, wait, what? He killed who?
Yeah.
The takes down the road. So I feel like that I would be shocked bystander.
Yeah, I definitely would be like a shocked person. Just wouldn't even know how to process it. Like if it's just something they really did deep in the dark. But if any behavior like that was from any friend, I would definitely, because I am the person that will call a friend out on the tiniest things. Because I'll be like, wait a minute, September of last year, the 23rd at 2 p.m., I have the text message of you saying this. Why are you lying to me? So yeah, it wouldn't work for me. But it's just telling sometimes to me that people that are usually opinionated have nothing to say on this, at least as far as like critiquing them on a personal level.
I can't believe Amanda Seales hasn't said anything.
Well, she can stay quiet, actually. I mean, I am surprised she hasn't said anything, but it's a good thing she has going for her right now. Silence.
You know, that's true. We're going to wish her well.
Wish her well.
Wish her well. This is from 2008 to present day. I mean, we know Cassie's said all that she needed to say. And I'm sure she'll have more to say in court.
I mean, it goes back to the early 90s too, because people are trying to open up like when he shot someone in a club, when J-Lo was involved. I know I've been seeing that name around.
Oh, yes. And Shine came out and he said, well, you know, Diddy ruined my life, so I don't really think of him. But, you know, that's the context in which I know him, of that guy. So he's not really surprised about all this. And I'm like, look, shined and told it.
Everything is going to be used. Everything. Like, and we've heard things, you know, I feel like we've all known Diddy would have freaky parties, but not to the extent of no consent happening or like not allowing people to leave and going days doing some of this shit that we've been hearing about.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like there are back rooms in clubs, you know, gay and straight, but those are consensual. Where it's like, okay, go get your freak on, be happy. But we mostly thought it was consensual, and it was like, okay, you know, they got some groupies, and there are more than enough groupies for this to be consensual. There are more than enough women and men that would lay it low, spread it wide, and bust it out.
Yeah,
they would be happy to. On camera.
Right. Like no one is a prude here. Like I am so for people exploring their sexuality as long as everybody is on the same page and there is consent. Like have at it. Where is the oil? Where is the lube? You know? Hashtag where is the lube? Where is the baby oil?
Hashtag Diddy bought it all.
Exactly. But this is also, this might be controversial, but it's just like, if Biggie and Tupac were alive today, I feel like, I just don't like how people put them on the pedestal because, I mean, it's out there, like how they were. But it's just, I don't know, I just feel like sometimes they're given a pass just because they're not with us anymore. But I feel like if they were still alive to this day, they would be called to the carpet too.
I feel like they didn't have enough time to really be that grimy. And they were also very young where they were like under 30.
Yeah.
They were barely over 25. Like they weren't that close to 30, were they?
I believe 26, 27 at the most, I would say.
Young enough where we could be like, you were still, you know, prefrontal cortex forming. We could still forgive that. We never got to see what you would have grown up to be. Now, had that behavior continued for 10 years, then there would be a lot more to call you on the carpet on like there is with Diddy. But because the past that Pac was 25, you're like, you're just a man. You're just a man. So there's a lot of mistakes that, yes, they did make, but a lot of us can forgive it because when we were in our early 20s, we also made mistakes.
Right.
Maybe not as big as those, but we made some mistakes.
Mm. Yeah. Oh, in the chat, thank you. They said that Pac passed at 25, Biggie passed at 24. Yes. Okay, so I was right. They definitely did not live past 26 or 27. Thank you. But yeah, I just feel like who else is going to disappoint us this year? You know? Like, you just can't put these celebrities on pedestals anymore. Because a lot of these celebs are terrible or ignorant, or you'll be surprised who they align themselves with.
Ooh.
So, you know, we just got to learn in this, like, celebrity culture, you know?
Ignorant is such a key word because Janet Jackson had something ignorant to say.
Yeah, I was trying to create a segue.
Someone was asking her about Kamala Harris, and she said, "Is she black? I thought she was Indian." Girl, who are you listening to?
And she actually said that her father was white. And then the interviewer corrected her. And she still was like, oh, no, well, that's not what I heard. I heard that he was white. I just said on Twitter, watch, by the end of the day, Janet is going to come out with a statement. She has to. Like, PR has to be on it because I like Janet. I'm going to give her a pass because, you know, some of my aunts be saying something ignorant too. And she's pushing 60. I think people forget about that. But I don't care if it's Janet. I got to be fair. And this is Pop Rose. So with Janet saying that, trying to question someone else's blackness, let's get to it. Let's get to Exhibit A. Janet, is your son black? Is your son black, Janet? Since we're questioning blackness right now. Now, don't get mad at me, y'all. I'm just trying to be fair and balanced. Now, Now, let's get to Exhibit B. Exhibit B. Janet, these are your nieces and nephews from Michael. Are they black? Are they black? So I would say just before you question someone else's blackness, just do your research. Or why is her blackness even a big deal? Why is it being discussed? You know? So it's y'all probably would have expected this from Alex. But you know, I'm full of surprises today. But you know, I'm a little disappointed. But my point being, like, what if someone questioned her son's blackness? It's just, I don't know. We're worried about the wrong things. We really are.
That was so poignant. That was so beautifully poignant. That was that brava. That was excellent. Oh my God. And to bring it home with that, how would you like someone to question your son's blackness?
But yeah, like, I'm still giving Janet grace. She still has time to rectify this. Like, I'm sure there's proof of Kamala with her dad next to her. Her dad isn't white. It's a fact. Now, are Michael's kids black? Is that a fact? Anyway, I'm sorry that all these people had to get strays, but I'm just keeping it real. Like, why are we questioning other people's blackness, especially when you're in a glass house, ma'am?
I'm gonna get out my round brush on that one. A round board bristle, low heat.
Low heat. What else I wanted to say? Well, do you have anything else to say on this? Hopefully, Janet like corrects herself.
I mean, you were the one that gave us Rhythm Nation. Like, you have been active, you have been vocal. So I am surprised that you aren't as informed. But I'm sure you're gonna figure it out real quick.
Real quick. Back to Diddy though. I'm just wondering, like, because just a lot of names have just started coming out, and I'm like, someone was saying that J-Lo might be called to the stand. Like, what if Mary J. Blige is called to the stand? Anyone who's like connected to him.
If Mary J. Blige gets on the stand, is she gonna start singing like she did to Hillary?
I don't think so. Not in a court of law. But
Naomi Campbell. And we know what Naomi Campbell gives in court.
Oh my God.
I don't like to be here, so I was made to be here, but this is a huge inconvenience to me, and I'd really like to leave and get on with my life.
Naomi Campbell's name has definitely been coming up a lot, especially who she's been affiliated with. I would imagine she would keep quiet. But also, let me just give J-Lo some props right quick, because I know she's going through a hard time, and now her name's being drug out for this shit. I went to a Latino film festival. It's like it's still going on, but I saw her new movie with Jarrell Jerome. It's called Unstoppable, and her performance was better than what was the movie with Hustlers.
Oh.
So I really think she has a chance to be nominated for an Oscar. So y'all look out for that movie. Like, J-Lo was acting to the point where I was just like, why is she doing music again? She should stick to acting. But it was a really good movie, very inspirational. And I was just really like surprised. Like, J-Lo really gave a great performance. And I'm just letting y'all know ahead of time, just before the word gets out. Because it's only been shown twice. Once in Toronto, and then they showed it today. I mean, when was it? Thursday in New York. Yes, I said Oscar. So a lot of y'all are saying she don't deserve props, but you know, like I said, I am fair and balanced. So, but yeah, y'all will see. Y'all may be laughing at me now, but watch. It's called Unstoppable. Anyway.
I guess I'm gonna look forward to it.
Yeah. Let's see. Anything else about Diddy? Oh, well, another name that's been coming up a lot. Like, people want to get Jay-Z. They want to nail this man to the cross. But I'm just like, what has he done? You know, like someone said on Twitter, I can't remember if this was Twitter or TikTok, but they said that Jay-Z grew up or something like that and had a family. He stayed out of it. But we'll see. Like, I don't put anything past anybody at this point of the game. Like, because we've been getting disappointed left and right. Thank you, Christmas Lake.
Thank you. I would say I just want to see who else is going to come out. And I want to see how this affects the homophobia in hip hop. When it's been proven that all your faves was tooting for Tussie.
Speaking of that, I remember what I wanted to say earlier. Just like how America, like the root of America is racism and capitalism, of course. Like the root of hip hop lies misogyny and homophobia. And I don't know, there's going to be a lot of perps in hip hop because that's just was the norm and it doesn't make it right. So some people are going to just have to be called to the carpet.
And
I feel like, I don't know, like Diddy just needs to like plead guilty and just like before. I don't think he wants that to go to trial. I think he needs to start thinking about a plea deal immediately.
A plea deal may not be offered.
Ooh, I didn't even think of that.
The government wants to take this enterprise, as they refer to it in the indictment, down. They want to get other people as well, which is why there are no co-conspirators, there are no co-defendants.
Let me respond to somebody. Susan Princess, I know the root of hip hop is also consciousness and creativity, but two things, multiple things, several things can be true at the same time, and that's how that works.
Very true.
But anyway, I hope they throw the book at him, and I think a plea deal.
Because a plea would keep too many things quiet because he didn't do this alone. There are a lot of other people that facilitated this abuse, and they need to be brought to justice as well. If there's a plea, everything goes away because you're just saying, oh, I admit it. You kind of take all the blame.
Right, but I think that's how other people who currently have their freedom want it. Like someone might even be trying to entice Diddy, like, you know what, sir, take the plea. Because who else? I just know we're going to get a name that's shocking.
We'll get a few names that are shocking, but the government doesn't care. Mm-hmm. Like they didn't care about the $50 million bail. They said, keep your house. We'll get it in forfeiture.
Right. Well, I'm thinking we might have a lawyer on. Our friend Lauren or whatever, maybe we can ask her some questions. This week we're gonna go live with her.
Yes,
we're gonna try to make that happen. Just to have like a legal ego chat or something,
so we can have some real expertise on the issue. Because I would love to know her thoughts on if they're going to offer a plea. Because they may not. They may say, trial. No. Trial. We want witnesses on the stand. And then also, this is the way the government can send a message to other organizations. No, like the mob, they didn't always offer them pleas. They were like, no. We're going to have a trial. And you pled not guilty. We're going to have a trial and embarrass you. We're going to put your nudes as exhibits A through J, and we are going to embarrass you and all of your cohorts and co-conspirators. Because we know we're not just trying this in a court of law, we're trying this in a court of public opinion.
They're going to play those freak off tapes in trial. Oh, I just hope, I hope he's ready for that. That's why I'm just like, I don't think he wants that to go to trial. I always thought that plea deals were like always an option. I didn't know that it can just be taken away as well.
You can plead guilty. You can always plead guilty, but even then, the government can force you through a trial.
Don't tell me we got obtuse people in the chat. I'm not gonna blow up your spot, but let's try not to be obtuse here. How many people we have in the chat now? Right now,
708. Thank you all so much for spending your Saturday afternoon with us.
Right.
And I have to say, this Diddy story, it's more than a muffin basket. I'm going to show you what it is.
Oh, so we do have a Pop Roast Extra coming while we have everyone in the room. If you don't know what it is, it's basically on my Patreon where it is completely uncensored. You can get a shout out from me and Alex by asking us whatever. It'll be coming out next week.
It's ribs. It is a Tupperware full of oven-baked ribs and a side of homemade mac and cheese. That's how delicious this story is. It's something you can sink your teeth into that sticks to your bones.
Ooh, you know, I haven't had some good ribs in a long time. Can someone please, just because, you know, when you talk about food, that's where my mind goes. So if someone in the chat can recommend me a good rib spot in New York, I would really appreciate it. It can even be in Brooklyn. I will travel. Brooklyn or Manhattan, not Queens, but nothing against Queens, but yeah.
Okay, there's Blue Ribbon. There's Blue Smoke on 20-something in like the Chelsea Flatiron area. God, the place that I used to go to, a truck drove into it. It was on the corner of 23rd and 7th, and a truck drove into it. They had the best burnt ends I've ever had in my life. And a truck drove into it, and they never reopened.
Huh. Okay.
It was right down the street from the donut plant on 23rd between 6th and 7th.
I know where that is. But yeah,
there used to be a great barbecue place on 7th and 23rd.
My DMs are open though, y'all. I'm cdiggy1 on Instagram. Just hit me up too if you have any suggestions. Let's see who's next on the docket.
Why would Diddy call that truck and ruin the burn ends?
Oh, let's get to something else that was really big this week. The Shits and Giggles podcast.
Oh, yes.
I saw the clip and I was aware of them. The only reason I know of them because on Twitter, some people kind of lust after them. It would be gays and some women. But yeah, they definitely pissed off Black women. I mean, they already had comments before this show that someone highlighted, but yeah, they went on this Andrew Schultz guy podcast and he was making some really problematic statements about Black women. They were having like a good old kiki, like belly laughing, like it was so funny. And yeah, the guy, well, then they apologized, which didn't really seem authentic anyway. And then maybe like a day or two later, the guy comes out, the guy with the porn stash. He's like, oh, well, they had a chance to take things out. They didn't even talk about this particular conversation.
Wasn't even on their radar.
Right. Another time people getting caught with their slips showing, I guess.
And It was the fact that they were able to embarrass you. A white man was able to embarrass you with your own internalized racism. That's sad. That is sad. You came on this show to get more viewers, and all you did was get embarrassed on your American tour. I want to know how you two as podcasters weren't prepared for the "do you date white women and which do you like better" question, knowing they were going to ask that. And the fact that you weren't ready to turn it on their head and embarrass them and make them look foolish.
I mean, that's an easy question for me if somebody asked me that. So I don't know. I can't relate.
They need better media training. They need better media training. It is. And then also to say fight or flight, who was fighting you?
Yeah, that was weird.
Who was fighting you? It was our fight or flight. But then after the show, fight or flight did not kick in at all. Okay, sis.
I mean, they just come off. They look like some busters. You know, that's just the word I would describe them as.
Well, they said they didn't meet any baddies in Atlanta, and I said it was probably those accents. Y'all probably came off corny.
And they probably weren't even looking for black women. Maybe that's why.
And then just be honest about it. No one cares. But the thing is, instead of, if y'all like white women, then big up white women. Why do you have to down black women? That's the issue.
Exactly. When will straight black men learn? I don't know. I could count on one hand how many straight black male friends I have. And it says a lot. It's hard finding allies. It is.
You know, I never thought about that. I never thought to count.
Yeah, like I have.
Do I know any straight black men?
My friends are mostly gays and girls.
I don't know any straight black men.
Because I want to have a safe space, you know? And sometimes straight black men don't provide a safe space. This isn't shots fired to our 2% straight fans.
It is not. Or the husbands or boyfriends or partners that listen to us and laugh occasionally in the background.
Mm-hmm.
We like y'all too. My last straight black male friend I was in the Army with, he died of a heart attack 5 years ago.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So I hadn't thought of him in a minute. And I was like, yeah, that's like, we had been through a lot together. Like he stood up for me when they were trying to kick me out. Like he stood up.
Right.
Of course, like everybody, he had some shit with him, but he was a good guy. He was a really good guy.
But yeah, I would say just like because I was watching Erica De Niro, shout out to her video on Shits and Giggles, and ooh, she read the shit out of them. Lord, that's one thing she know how to do to these ninjas. And she brought up just something that I had to think about, and she was saying this isn't new. Like, straight men talk like this all the time. They talk like this in the barbershops. And, you know, you really, like, it's basically like the norm. Like, it's like a black straight guy, like, standing up for women, or like in that setting will be the one to speak up. Like, y'all, that's not cool. Or y'all, I have a difference of opinion. That is like maybe like an exception, not the norm. And I had to agree with her, because my experiences in a black barbershop, it would always just be like, you know, because I'm not like, what's the word I can use for our straight fans? Like, I'm not as clockable as the next gay, but still, like, I'm proud to be gay. Like, I don't care if anyone knows that I'm gay, but I just remember not being comfortable because of the conversations in black barbershops.
Oh, I went to the Dominicans.
Exactly. So when I moved to New York, this was like, 10 years ago. they cut hair great too, but it's just the added bonus. Well, in some spaces.
I meant the word you were looking for was flamboyant.
Oh, okay. Well, that too. Clockable, flamboyant, whatever.
Like, shit. You're a question, I'm an announcement. Yeah, it's like I walk into the room, there's absolutely no question. With you, there's a possibility. Like, girls could maintain some hope. With me, like, everyone knows. Everyone knows. It's very clear from the moment I walk in the room, from the moment I glide in.
Look, as soon as they play espresso, think about me, even in my own. Maybe that's me, espresso. Like, oh, you name Beyonce or something like that.
Oh, Lord. Now, yeah, Beyonce. Now, if Beyonce comes up, then the purse falls out.
Yes, right out my mouth. But yeah, anyway, so at the Dominican barbershop, not only can they cut hair, especially for cheaper, I don't know what they're saying. I don't care. And it's just, if that's what I got to do to feel comfortable, and maybe they're saying something else, I don't know, but it's something that just, it's tolerable compared to the alternative.
I am the same way. I started going to the barber downstairs from me and loved it. Loved it. He was super nice, super friendly. It was just like, it was a different feeling. And whatever they were talking about, and like sometimes they were talking in English, sometimes they were talking in Spanish, it was never the same conversation. And it was never like, gays never came up.
Mm-hmm.
But in a black barbershop, why? Now that's a great question. Why are they always talking about gay men in a straight black barbershop?
Or women? Like, even before my in the closet days, you know, this is like middle school or whatever. I had like, you know, friends, and just the conversations about women that take place. It is crazy. It really is. And I think some of these men just don't like women. And I don't mean like, and are not attracted to women. They just don't like women. So yeah, like I said, it's an exception to see a straight black man stand up for, you know, women or gays. But I appreciate them.
And speaking of women and gays, let's talk about something that isn't as big, but should have gotten a little more press this week. Agatha came out, Agatha and the Coven of Chaos. And oh God, they gave us the first 2 episodes and it was so good. I've already learned the Ballad of the Witches Road.
Child, the gays loved them a show about witches.
I mean, and it's Patty LuPone. Disney said, okay, look, they said we are giving something to the gays. The gays have paid. The gays have given and given. We need to honor our people. Because it is the Disney gay adults that be spending there.
Look, I mean, there's a timeline. Like, there's The Witches with Angelica Houston. There's Hocus Pocus. And I mean, come on now.
Another Disney property.
Right. American Horror Story, Coven. That was gay as hell with witches. Like, the gays love them a story about witches.
And I mean,
Death Becomes Her. Wasn't that something?
What?
Wasn't Death Becomes Her kind of like Witchy Poo?
Witchy Poo. Okay. Definitely. Because I guess Bella Rossellini would have been the witch in that.
Oh, and we have Charmed in the chat. Thank y'all.
Charmed, definitely.
Oh, The Craft. The Craft.
Oh, God, yeah. God. I will be reviewing that for spooky season.
I just you know what?
Well, gays love Halloween. Gays love a costume. Gays love Halloween. Oh my God, what am I going to be this year?
Right?
What could I be?
You got to enjoy it because, you know, we don't know what's going to happen in November. I might show out for Halloween. Oh, Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Sabrina the Teenage Witch.
That was cute. That was definitely cute. But I feel like Agatha is going to be Another great miniseries. I'm already sad we only have another like a couple episodes. I'm already like, give us another season, make it a series, make this regular.
Well, the season finale, I think, is Halloween.
I know, that's so soon.
We have time. There's time. Oh, well.
Alex should be Pennywise for Halloween. That's too much makeup.
Yeah. Speaking of shows, the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City are back. The 1000th bottle of beer. So the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City premiere. And I gotta say, that was the best episode of Housewives. I can't even remember how long. Like, there were no fillers in that episode.
Oh, there were fillers. They were just in the faces.
Yes, thank you. But I even enjoyed Mary Cosby. You heard that right, y'all. And I always say this before I review like a new season. Everybody is on a clean slate. Everyone's on a clean slate. And I gotta say, like, the whole cast was clocked in, even the new girl. Like, the way that they were, like, Mary and her were tag teaming that girl with the German Shepherd coat.
Oh,
I was like, she deserved that. Like, Mary was likable, and I'm just gagged. Oh my God. It was so, like, that episode was better than the entire season of Dubai and the entire season of Jersey. That one episode. Like Wendy Williams. Yup.
I can't argue. I cannot. And that says a lot about Dubai. I haven't gotten to the second part of the reunion, but do we think they should get a third season, or do we think that it's time for these heifers to go?
So there's so many people on here. I'm scared to say what I said on my my part 2 review. If y'all watch my reviews, you know what I said. But I said, because I'm gonna eat crow if it happens. But I said I am so confident that it will be canceled and there won't be a season 3. I said I would do the first review for season 3 naked if they have another season, because I was just that confident. It still stands, but I feel like they're not going to have another season.
We'll have to check the ratings.
The ratings were terrible.
They were. What were they?
The average for the season was under 300,000. I think it was under 280,000.
Those are YouTube views.
Yeah.
That's Tasha K.
So I'm just saying, like Wendy, she ate crow, like when she said, it was something like how long their marriage would last, and it lasted longer. But yeah, now people like in my comments was just like, oh, I hope there's a season 3. Yeah. I'm sure they're going to cancel it.
I kind of think they're going to cancel it too.
I will be gagged if there's a season 3.
Who's going to watch it?
Exactly.
If it's a 280 average on season 2, I don't think that it worked. I don't think that Dubai worked. I think maybe they need another city in Europe or the Middle East. There weren't that many authentic friendships, and I think we felt that, and that's why we didn't have the interest.
Right. It's just all contrived, you know? Like, I don't buy the fake ass Ebony and Ivory relationship that Stansberry and Ayan is trying to perpetrate right now.
Yeah, it's like y'all need a storyline.
And Ayan is just like annoying to me. Not somebody saying you're gonna put on baby oil too. Lord, no one was even concerned about baby oil until that damn indictment came out. And when I read it, I was just like, you know what's gonna like really like the headline that these black blogs are gonna run with? They were gonna run with 1,000 bottles of baby oil and lube.
That's why they put it in.
Exactly. That's why Diddy put it in. Pun intended. I'm still gagging over Meat Cheeks Mill. Like that is from now on. From now on. But back to Salt Lake City. I just really enjoyed it. I can't wait to review it. And it's just very rare that I'm like, I can't wait to review this. Like that excitement, you know, and it doesn't feel like a chore or work.
Because they are in their sweet spot now. I feel like the first season is always a little iffy. Jen Shaw definitely carried that show on her back like a linebacker for seasons, 2 and 3. But then
yeah, I guess.
I'm gonna say it, come on. Like getting arrested by the feds.
Yeah.
But this is their sweet spot. And then they had Monica, which really got us our core group. And so now they're in their sweet spot. We're interested in them. We've been through with them. We kind of pitied all of them last season. This is why I have hope for reality TV. Like they say it's dead, but then we see episodes like this. Also, have you seen the Hulu version of Housewives of Salt Lake City?
I heard of it, The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. I'm going to give it a peep just when I have time. I heard it really is like, it's a little bit more wilder than Salt Lake City. Like what really goes on in Salt Lake City.
I'm about to get to episode 4. It is good. There's no filler. And I have to say Hulu they took the Bravo format and ran with it, but it feels fresh. It feels new. Also, all of the girls are in their 20s. And it's good because there's a level of, I can forgive your mistake. When I was your age, I did the same thing, rather than you're 50 and still doing that.
Also, Heather, she looks completely different. And she's like Ozempic. Like she's not even hiding it. I'm glad she learned not to lie. Like after the fucking black eye, I'm just like, you better not lie about a damn thing. But she looked good. I'll give that to her. I'm trying to think what other shows am I looking forward to. I'm looking forward to New York and, of course, Potomac. I mean, we saw that Nene and Karen met. That was cute.
Yeah, that was cute.
Glad
Karen was driving.
Nene also said something about teasing to be in on season 17 or just saying that she may have been interested. It just makes me roll my eyes at this point because I think she's counting on people to have selective amnesia about why she's off the show. Because my foot will never like get off her neck about that. Like she is the reason. She is the reason.
Well, I feel like Atlanta, now that Nene's back working at NBC,
we'll see.
She may as well. What? She may as well come on back. Atlanta needs something. And Nene ain't got shit else to do. Maybe she can do something. Well, I want this to be good.
Well, speaking of Atlanta, it looks like Phaedra's doing well on Dancing with the Stars. I mean, what can she not do? I guess just not tell the truth. That's the only thing she can't do.
A snake can always wriggle.
Okay, well, I was kind of impressed. I was like, oh, she may get a little far. Like she still has 2 more reality shows in the can that haven't even premiered yet. Technically 3, but Brandy fucked that one up.
Oh yeah, that'll never air.
Right.
And the fact that Bravo has to eat the cost on that, I know they are pissed.
Oh yeah. In our next story, I just wanted to say that because you've always pointed out Halle Berry's Thriller wigs or whatever. So she had a movie screening here in New York where she invited all the fans to wear your Halle Berry Thriller wig. Now, I don't think I have one to wear. I probably would have had to dishevel one of them or something like that. But I just thought that was really cute. I love that she's in on the joke. Like, I just love it when celebrities can laugh at themselves.
Me too.
Yeah, I'm looking at these wigs right now, and I'm just like, I feel like I need a curly wig for Halloween or something.
There is a wig store. There's a wig store near me, and I'm gonna have to time it right to get there because it's also near the bagel shop. It's near the bagel shop. It's not that close to me, but I'll have to time it there because the bagel store closes at 3. So I'll have to go when the bagel store is open, and then I'm gonna get a couple more wigs.
Okay. And again, I want to say a fun fact. When you Google, like, try this right now, y'all, if y'all want. Take out your phones and type in Halle Berry Thriller wig. Me and Alex is the second image that comes up. Like, I still think it works, y'all. You'll see us as the second image. Are you doing it right now?
Wait, hold on. I'm trying. Yep, Halle Berry. Wait, this Thriller. Yep, there we are.
Yep, I was like, oh my God. Like, we've been talking about that Halle Berry Thriller wig. Just saying.
I'm like, I can't wait until one day we're going to run into each other. And I'm going to be like, we were the ones that started that.
Well, I'm not sure if we started it, but I know we like that phrase. Like, we were using that way before,
Halle Berry, it's our phrase, Halle Berry Thriller wig.
Like, I want someone to really tag her on that because I feel like, I'm not sure if we created it, but we definitely ran with it.
We dated it. It is a March 23rd, 2019. We made it a part of the culture. Janet Jackson tries on Halle Berry Thriller wig. And the people knew exactly what we were talking about. It's one of her Thriller wigs.
Okay. Well, then, I need to go back and look at the episode.
This is a delightfully silly show.
It really is. This was like, when there's so much to talk about, like, look how fast, like, we're at 1 hour and 2 minutes, y'all.
Went by like that.
Yeah, I feel like the other stories, like, we had one more. I guess we can cover it. It's a quick one. So, everyone is concerned for Brashear Gray right now. And I'm just wondering, is there something? Because I'm like, it seems like it's all consensual. And it seems like, sex work is work. OnlyFans, I'm sure he's getting a cute coin from it. And I mean, just because it's something maybe we didn't know how he got down. Now, maybe it's just something I'm missing because I don't really subscribe to it. God, no. Or pay attention to it. But I'm just wondering, like, why can't he just get on OnlyFans if he can't get work? Like, why does something have to be wrong with him? Like, in order for him, like, to be doing, I guess, gay stuff or whatever. So now, if he's really dealing with something, then I don't know. Like, but if he is, somebody let me know. But if not, I'm just like, does something have to be wrong with him just so, he decided to be on OnlyFans?
Yeah, a lot of people think like, oh my God, it's the end of the world. And it's like, no, you have bills. And a lot of people in production are saying, movies have dried up, TV has dried up. There's not that much in production right now. And you got bills. And you got big bills. And you were used to, when you used to 100,000 an episode and you shooting 22 episodes a season, so you getting a couple mil a year, and you bought a house and you have cars and you probably have other people you're helping out.
Well, for those of you that...
what's her name? The girl from the Bernie Mac show. She has an OnlyFans and she's like, yeah, because the acting roles dried up and this pays them thoroughly.
Right. Now, someone in the chat said, Taurus Moon, I don't mean to like single you out. You said Amazon is hiring. I mean, Is Amazon going to pay $10,000 to $100,000 a month for showing your pussy?
Are they going to pay you enough to live?
Pay basically.
Like, can you cover your rent with working it? Because a lot of people can't.
Look,
can you cover your health care? Because a lot of people can't. So right. I understand Amazon is hiring, but
it's hard for everybody.
Paying enough.
And if y'all are confused about what we're talking about, and look, get out your phones again. You know, this is a interactive live show. So open up Twitter, get to your search, go to search, and then type in Brashear Gray, BRYSHERE, Gray with an A, not an E. And then you should see his profile, and then click his profile. And then you will see what we are talking about. What are most people talking about? He is opening up the cheeks, like in front of the camera. He's also seen tooting it up, getting hit from the back, I think. So people think something is going on right now. So
capitalism is going on. Bills are going on. Thank you, sipping the Monty.
Brashear's giving me an induced stunt tea. Okay, but I guess it's working because we're talking about it too. Well, that's what I'm saying. If something is really going on and he's doing it like not under his free will, then it's a problem. We should be concerned. People should be checking on him. But if he's doing it knowingly, like, I mean, what can you do? He's an adult. He's an adult. And he has bills like everybody else. So that's what I'm just wondering. Like, does someone know something that I don't? Because so far, I just see him in doing gay activity that, you know, people, I guess, are shocked by. But you don't know what these celebrities do in the dark.
Okay, now Mia said he struggled with mental health since the end of the show.
Did he say that?
Yeah, I haven't. I've heard rumblings of that, but I've never.
Is it like a Orlando Jordan tea?
I don't know. I don't think we got that bad, but I do remember there being a moment when he was getting divorced, but it was also like he wasn't really around. But now it just seems to be like doing this and he seems to be fine. So if something's wrong, then we want him to get help. But I think a lot of people are just surprised because it's like, oh, he's doing this for money. And it's like, the gays pay. If he was doing straight porn, women ain't buying porn like that. Now, child, he's getting 20, 30 grand a month.
A month.
A month. You think I'm joking? One of my friends here does 8 grand easy. Took me to lunch the other day.
I have a friend that does OnlyFans too. And look, working from home, that's all he has to do. Now, it's a choice. It's people's choices. And I'm not shaming anybody. I subscribe to people's OnlyFans. I don't care. But, you know, it's just not for me. I'm going to bartend to make that extra money. Like, look, maybe I could have a successful OnlyFans, but it's just not for me.
I'm too deep into this.
Right. It's just
sometimes switching around now. It's like, that's not going to go with this current brand that I've already built. So I'm stuck. But if I could go back 20 years, if things were different, oh, hell yeah, I would have done it.
I mean, I just can't. Like,
if we could go back, if I could go back, or if I was, let's say, 22 now, and OnlyFans was out, I would do that to get through college, like everybody the hell else.
I mean, you know, there's still feet pictures. People are paying for that. Top dollar for feet pictures. I don't have cute feet, I think. So I'm not doing it. Now, you know, if you are on my Patreon and you want to send me $50 for a picture of my feet, I don't know. I mean, cash at me and find out.
Not cash at me inside out.
I'm just saying, starting at $50.
Oh my God, Kenya Moore gonna get you. Kenya Moore gonna sweatshirt you. She's, honey, I was watching Pop Rose. Chris said, I'll Snapchat you these feet. And he did.
Lord,
oh
what have I done?
Well,
$50 for feet. And I don't know. Like, I'm looking at my feet right now. Like, that's why I'm just like, I see people put their feet on Twitter. I'm just like, you doing this for free? Or when people, you know, you have
it might be a free sample, you know. Give a little tease and then it gets them wanting more. Sample,
I'll send my big toe for a free sample. We are going off the rails right now. This is Pop Rose Extra Conversation. Anyway, we have almost 800 people in the room, but yeah, it was fun.
Oh Lord. Well, let's see. Our see you sooner then.
Oh, I know, right? I will see you sooner than Janet sees Common Sense.
And I'll see you sooner than we see the tapes.
Okay.
All right. Bye, everybody.
Bye.